Imagine releasing hundreds of sheep onto a remote, treeless island, expecting them to thrive and produce endless wool. Instead, the farmer abandons them to face brutal cold, fierce winds, and starvation. Decades later, what scientists found that would change everything we thought we knew about nature's power. This is the incredible true story of Campbell Island's forgotten sheep. In the late 19th century, New Zealand's government opened remote islands for grazing leases. Merino wool was the world's most valuable fabric, and mainland land was too expensive and competitive. Campbell Island, 660 kilometers from the mainland, looked perfect. Lush green grass, giant herbs, no predators. In 1895, a farmer named James Golden Jock leased it and shipped over 400 merino sheep to start his dream operation. But reality hit hard. The island's freezing temperatures, often hovering around 6 to 8 degrees Celsius, with relentless winds, snow, and unpredictable storms made life impossible. Supplies were outrageously expensive to deliver. The grass wasn't enough to sustain them year-round, and wool quality plummeted. By 1900, the plan collapsed. Golden abandoned the island, but he left the sheep behind. Later, another leaseholder brought thousands more, up to 3,000 to 4,000 in multiple shipments. By 1916, the population peaked at around 8,000. The island's dense vegetation absorbed sunlight and provided some warmth, letting them survive the cold. But overgrazing destroyed the grass. Numbers crashed. By 1931, the entire farming experiment was scrapped. Removing thousands of sheep was too costly and dangerous, so about 4,000 were simply left to fend for themselves. These weren't wild animals. They were domesticated merinos, dependent on humans for shearing. Without cuts, their wool would grow endlessly, heavy, matted, trapping heat, causing infections, or weighing them down until they couldn't move. Yet the island's harsh geography saved them, towering mountains and rocky. Trenches blocked big predators. Constant high winds kept flies and insects away, lowering infection risks. Nature had created an accidental sanctuary. For the next 40 years, no humans, no shearing, no help. The sheep underwent one of nature's most ruthless experiments, natural selection. The weakest died in the cold and hunger. Only the toughest, most adaptable survived and bred. Genes for strength, resilience, and survival passed on. By the 1970s, when scientists finally reached the island, they were stunned. The sheep had transformed into something new. Longer legs for navigating rough terrain. Higher heads to spot danger. Thick, tough wool that shielded against freezing gales. Powerful jaws to chew hard, fibrous plants. Lambs stood and walked within minutes of birth. They had shed their domesticated ways, now truly wild, integrated into the brutal environment. Even more astonishing, they naturally shed their wool each year. It caught on bushes and rocks, pure and clean. Tests showed it was some of the world's finest fiber, stronger, softer than cashmere, lighter than regular wool, forged by decades of extreme conditions. The government organized collection teams. Over 10 years, they gathered tons of this white gold. Sold to top European and Italian fashion houses, it earned enough to offset all those old losses, and more. What began as a failed farm became nature's masterpiece. Today, Campbell Island wool appears in luxury stores worldwide. A reminder that sometimes, when humans walk away, nature doesn't just survive, it creates something extraordinary. Thanks for watching. Hit like if this story amazed you.